Welcome to Discovering. Something new to add to your list of things to do this summer. We're going rock climbing with the crew from Wildman Adventure Resort.
So this is rock climbing, one of our 9 activities here at Wildman Adventure Resort.
Then it's back to the resort to check out the zip lines. Stick around, that's all tonight right here on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
You recall last year, we took a trip through Piers Gorge and the Menominee River with the crew from Wildman Adventure Resort. Whitewater rafting is just one of the many activities you'll find at Wildman. This time I was there to check out rock climbing.
When we get to the rock that we'll be climbing, keep an eye out and you'll see a lot of parallel stripes in the rocks, and that's going to be your quartz veins. So you have the kind of clear quartz, you can also find some rose quartz as well. Be the top of our rock climb. So under this side here where we have our ropes kind of leading off over to is going to be where we're actually climbing. So we're going to do a short little hike down to the base of this little cliff face. It's about 50 feet or so. So not too tall, but tall enough that you're still going to have an exhilarating climb. You can see our 2 anchors here on these trees, which are going to be supporting our climbing rope. So just you guys can kind of see what is going on that end of things. Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
These are quartz veins. They were cracks in the rock at one point in time, and hot water dissolved all kinds of other minerals, quartz, pyrite, things like that, and it came up in these veins and crystallized, and it concentrated all these metals in veins like this. And this is why the UP has so many great mineral deposits. This is very old, close to 2.3 billion years old. Yeah, this is quartzite. It was at one point in time sand, and it got buried, and it was under so much heat and pressure that all of those grains grew together. It's sort of like if you're familiar with metallurgy, sintering. So they didn't completely melt, but they sort of melted on the edges and became one. So you can still kind of see that it was kind of grainy, has a little bit of a sandpaper feel to it, but it's still one cohesive rock.
So myself and the other rock climbing guides, we act as your belayers. So it's our job to kind of stay at the bottom and use our belay devices, which is this right here. What it is, it's a friction device. So as you guys climb, we use the belay device in order to kind of help capture your weight. So that way, if you do take a fall, it's only going to be a couple inches, and it helps us support your weight as you are climbing, making the process incredibly safe and secure. This is a belay device. This is going to be pretty much your safety mechanism besides your harnesses and the rope as you guys are climbing. So as you guys climb up, we take out the slack from the rope as you guys ascend. And when you guys kind of stop climbing or take a break, we hold down in the break position. So when you're holding down the rope like so, this belay device creates friction amongst the rope so that I can crank on this as hard as I want and all I need is pretty much just like one little finger or just the rope kind of being pushed in this downward loop like so. And that rope's going to go nowhere, just so you guys kind of know what's going on. No, you don't do that. We will do all the belaying. That way you guys can focus on taking photos and you guys can focus on climbing and having fun. Okay. Alrighty? All right. Awesome. Now as we're setting up the belayer's side and the climber's side of the rope. So the side that's closest to the wall, like the one on my right hand, is going to be for the climber, whereas the belayer is going to be the side that's kind of coming off of the wall.
So our first two victims are volunteers.
Beautiful, yeah.
Kind of go up this crack, stand right on top of the big boulder, and then step across.
So this is rock climbing, one of our 9 activities here at Wildman Adventure Resort. Yeah, so a good thing to do is kind of map out your handholds before you start climbing.
There you go. Nice job.
Yeah, so like we said before, climbing is a lot about using your feet. So your hands kind of act as like anchor points, stepping up with your feet instead of pulling up with your hands. And your hands are kind of just to keep your body close to the wall. Nice, beautiful. Just like all of our other activities, this is family friendly, meaning pretty much anyone can come out here and do it. It's a combination of a hiking and rock climbing. We have 2 different routes that are climbable, ranging from everywhere from easy to medium and some even more challenging routes as well. So we come out here, we set up our anchors onto these trees. We throw our ropes over the edge of the cliff that we'll be doing our climbing on. We do a nice little hike down right next to a river, and then we do our climbing. So in rock climbing, there's a term called the crux, and the crux is the hardest part of the problem. For the black rope climb, where Hannah is right now is the crux of the problem.
So once you can push that orange rope, you got it. Yeah, there you go.
I thought we had to like get over the edge or something.
The trip itself takes about 2 hours in total, and you get a great workout as well as get to check out some wonderful views.
There she goes.
Fantastic.
Hold on, you got this.
The equipment we're using today are static climbing ropes, in addition with our anchor systems, which are made from highly rock climb rated carabiners and webbing. Everyone will be getting harnesses and helmets to kind of help aid our climbers as well as keeping everyone safe and secure.
You touch that orange rope? Awesome! Yeah! Smile for the cameras!
So some kind of basic rock climbing technique is a lot of people, they kind of imagine rock climbers as being super burly, tough individuals. But rock climbing is a lot more of body control and body positioning than it is just brute strength. So it's a lot about using your feet, focusing on using your leg muscles as being your driving power and your hands as more as kind of anchors as we go up the rock climbing wall. I like to describe rock climbing as a combination of chess and yoga on the rocks. So it is very much a mind game as much as it is a kind of physical challenge. Nice, now plant that left leg, it'll make life much easier. There you go.
Yeah, good job.
Now you can work your right leg up to about your ankle. There's like a kind of a triangle shaped rock right off your shin.
Sit back in your harness, just kind of feels like.
Perfect. Now move that. You can bring that left leg up a tiny bit higher. Go, bring your left leg a little bit higher, a little bit more to the left.
Yeah!
All right, nice.
Nice. Now take a second to rest. Good job,
Yeah,
baby.
you kind of stand right
Good
there.
job.
Shake out your forearms. I did not do that, and then I got stuck.
Yeah.
There you go. Step and stay.
Yeah.
Good. Great spot with your foot there. Yep. Again, don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, and kind of the closer you can keep your body weight to the wall, a little bit easier it's going to be on your hands.
Don't wave though.
Awesome! Great experience. Oh, of course.
Even though I didn't make it.
Right, it's still hug-worthy either way.
No, I feel good about it.
Yeah, you should. Just kind of slowly press your hand while kind of straightening out your elbow. And you can kind of feel the stretch there. And then you can also do that on your hand as well, just doing like so, or backwards like so. And that'll kind of help stretch your forearms out and get the blood flowing back to your fingers. Our rock climbing kind of works just like all of our other adventure activities. So we work from the early spring until late fall for our rock climbing trip. So you can pretty much come anytime that we're running any of our other activities like rafting or zip lining or paintballing. Again, it's all about pushing your limits. You know, everything we do here at Wildman is called challenge by choice. You know, so we're gonna do our hardest to push you out of your element, but we'll never make you do anything that you wouldn't want to do, you know? And that goes for all of our 9 activities here.
So we're from St. Louis. We've been to the UP once before and really liked it. And a friend told us about Wildman Adventures, so we decided to try it. Never rock climbed before. It was really fun. Our guides were amazing.
Yeah, we're from St. Louis. We just have some rock climbing gyms down there, but nothing like this. I mean, this is beautiful. You're out in nature, able to spend some quality time with your family, and it was great. The guides were awesome, kept us very safe, very encouraging. It's a real empowering thing to do.
And I got bruises and scrapes to prove it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Great work.
Fantastic.
You can tilt that camera on your
I'd probably have to say is the combination of the mental and physical challenge. So being able to look at a rock face and kind of not think that you're going to be able to make it up there, but then kind of actually giving it a try, approaching the rock climb and battling that mentality of I can fall at any second, you know, and also combating the physical strength aspect of it, of do I have enough energy or enough power to make myself kind of complete this climb. So I think that's probably my favorite part and the most challenging part about rock climbing. And that's the best feeling in the world, you know? It's like when you finally do conquer the rock climb, you know, you kind of prove to yourself and to the rock itself that you're physically and mentally capable to make that challenge complete.
Flying through the air with the greatest of ease is, well, easy if you're hooked to a zip line. We're back at Wildman Adventure Resort to give it a try.
All right, guys, we're going to be at ground school today. Peyton actually is a zipline model. When she was 6 years old, she was ziplining through Costa Rica, and this guy snapped a really good picture of her. And she's been on multiple calendars since then. from the years 2004 till now. So she's actually a professional zipline model. I'm gonna have to sit back and show you guys exactly what you need to do on the zip lines today. We're gonna have you load your harness. What that means, all your weight's in it. She can lift her hands up like that, and she's still hanging there. Your left hand will be on top of the trolley, your right hand on top of that one. You'll cross your legs, and you'll point yourself straight on down the line, just like that. You guys see that? All good? All right, so as we're going, you're gonna see a couple hand signals. One, the most common one you're gonna see for me is gonna be a fist out like this, or like this. That's gonna be your brake signal. When you see that brake, you're gonna take that right hand off, and you're gonna place it firmly back behind the line with a flat palm. If you grab it, it's gonna yank the line and pop your shoulder out potentially. So let's avoid that completely by keeping that nice flat palm. If you can't do it, you keep having to grab it, block your thumb off completely on the line just like that. Now let's say a big bald eagle comes flying through the north woods and runs into her, knocks her out of whack. She's gonna steer just right back in with those hands like that. As you're coming, guys, you'll see those brake signals like I mentioned. Try to brake them. You'll kind of get a hang for it as we go.
Yeah, I was gonna throw that line out.
So normally you want to come all the way in, but we're gonna practice this just in case. We're gonna do what we call a parking brake. If you don't make it all the way in, stop hand to hand. That prevents you from going back out to the slack of the line. Then I'll say, hey, self-rescue. Gonna turn your head towards me, hand over hand all the way in. I'll grab you, get to the top of that ladder, and I'll handle all your gear. Very cool.
Come on.
Guys, this gear's gonna hold you on. I got one clip in here. I come all the way off of one strap. So you guys gotta be safe as you go along, okay?
Get out. Around and step on stretching beam. Here we go.
You know, a lot of people are intimidated by it because of the height and stuff, and a lot of people, their biggest fear is height. But we work you through pretty much everything before you even get up to height, which is pretty cool. I think it makes our zip line pretty fun because of that. So we do our ground school down here. You get up on a wire before you even get up on to the course, and we work through braking and steering and all those things. It's pretty active participation, so we give a lot of opportunity to brake yourself and, you know, make the most of the trip that you want it to be. Also, you know, you have two guides with you, so you get two personalities, and guides are always interesting people, so we'll have fun stories, some true, some not so much true. Always enjoyable though. People that start scared normally end up having really great times. basically, from ground school, we ride up in our Pinzgauer, Swiss military vehicle, which is a part of the fun ride by itself. And from there, you'll have 5 zips, ranging from 200 feet to just about 600 feet. And on that last one, we saved the best for last. So the last one, you, depending, you'll reach speeds about 20 to 30 miles an hour on that last one, which is pretty cool.
That's it for tonight. And for those of you who missed it, I'll leave you with a quick look at the off-road races in Bark River. If you'd like to keep tabs on what's coming up on Discovering or see where we've been, go to 906outdoors.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week right here on Discovering.